What about information? What about the common cold? What about kids in poverty? What about growing old? What about communication? Am I getting through to you? Can't you understand me? Are you on Google Translate too? What about war in the Ukraine, started by that Russian fool? And all the people he's killed there, they deserve justice too. What about the trade imbalance? And what about COVID and how? And the pain of American business? China, what you doing now? What about NASA and SpaceX and Virgin Galactic too? Who's gonna take my ashes up and bury me on the moon? What about quantum physics and relative theory, I guess? The Hubble sees the start of time, but on Earth we're still a mess. What about sports and athletes? There's too much money and fame. And when it comes to politics, I don't want to hear your name. And what about religion? So many on this world. Promoting good is okay by me. Keep the preaching to yourself. And what about the color of my skin? It doesn't make me good or bad. Judge me by my actions, there's no sense in you being mad. What about your sexuality? Keep it to yourself. I don't care how you identify, don't tell me I'm something else. And what about my privacy? Is anyone helping me? Ransomware just makes me sick, all hackers go to hell. What about the children and special needs adults too? Certainly we can do better with more love from me and you. What about music we can sing? Has it met its judgment day? The radio's not the same anymore, we just want it our own way. What about global warming? We need our glaciers and trees. The warning signs are all around. Can't we reverse this, please? What about the cost of oil? It won't last indefinitely. Solar and wind seem a better way, at least it seems to me. What about world pollution? Why haven't we fixed this yet? A floating island of trash at sea is not what I'd call progress. What about child mortality? Here's a voice for those with none. They just want to live a normal life until their setting sun. And what about abortion? I have my opinion here. Your silence is golden. Don't want you in my ear. What about Big Pharma raising the cost of meds? How much money do you need? Don't you have enough profits yet? And what about unemployment? Can't we find enough folks to work? When you earn more by staying home, it doesn't make you a jerk. What about education? No child gets left behind. Are we better than years ago and surrounded by greater minds? What about the world's water supply? There's not enough to go around. Even with zero population growth, it doesn't hold much ground. What about the global lack of funds? Trillions are in so few hands. They sin against humanity, keeping it to themselves. And what about inequality? The haves and the have-nots feud. Why can't we just get along and help one another too? What about loving your brothers and sisters all equally? Or are we too dumb to move beyond all the problems we see?